feel like if America, the wealthiest nation on earth, keeps revoking basic care from its women, and how it will affect every single woman in your life. Your girlfriend could be the one in legal jeopardy if she needs a pill from out of state or overseas, or if she has to travel across state lines because the local clinic closed up. Your wife or mother could be the ones at higher risk of dying from undiagnosed cervical cancer because they have no access to regular gynecological care. Your daughter could be the one too terrified to call the doctor if she's bleeding during an unexpected pregnancy. Your niece could be the one miscarrying in her bathtub after the hospital turned her away. And this will not just affect women, it will affect you and your sons. The devastating consequences of teen pregnancy won't just be borne by young girls, but also by the young men who are the fathers. They too will have their dreams of going to college, their entire futures totally upended by an unwanted pregnancy. If you and your partner are expecting a child, you will be right by her side at the checkups, terrified if her blood pressure is too high, or if there's an issue with the placenta, or if the ultrasound shows that the embryo was implanted in the wrong place, and the doctors aren't sure that they can intervene to keep the woman you love safe. If your wife is shivering and bleeding on the operating room table during a routine delivery gone bad, her pressure dropping as she loses more and more blood, or some unforeseen infection spreads and her doctors aren't sure if they can act, you will be the one praying that it's not too late. You will be the one pleading for somebody, anybody, to do something. And then there is the tragic but very real possibility that in the worst case scenario, you just might be the one holding flowers at the funeral. You might be the one left to raise your children alone. See, these are just some of the ways women die during childbirth. And I don't want to be a downer, y'all. But in many cases, there is no warning and things go bad very quickly. And when it happens, every second of hesitation or delay can lead to devastating outcomes. So I am asking y'all from the core of my being to take our lives seriously. Please, do not put our lives comes. So I am asking y'all from the core of my being to take our lives seriously. Please, do not put our lives in the hands of politicians, mostly men, who have no clue or do not care about what we as women are going through, who don't fully grasp the broad-reaching health implications that their misguided policies will have on our health outcomes. The only people who have standing to make these decisions are women with the advice of their doctors. We are the ones with the knowledge and experience to know what we need. So please, do not hand our fates over to the likes of Trump, who knows nothing about us, who has shown deep contempt for us. Because a vote for him is a vote against us, against our health, against our worth. And let me tell you all, to think that the men that we love could be either unaware or indifferent to our plight is simply heartbreaking. It is a sad statement about our value as women in this world. It is both a setback in our quest for equity and a huge blow to our country's standing as a world leader on issues of women's health and gender equality. So fellas, before you cast your votes, ask yourselves, what side of history do you want to be on? disillusioned people out there, upset with the slow pace of change. And I get it. It is reasonable to be frustrated. We all know we have a lot more work to do in this country. But to anyone out there thinking about sitting out this election or voting for Donald Trump or a third-party candidate in protest because you're fed up, let me warn you, your rage does not exist in a vacuum. If we don't get this election right, your wife, your daughter, your mother, we as women will become collateral damage to your rage. Into the eyes of the women and children you love and tell them that you supported this assault on our safety? And to the women listening, we have every right to demand that the men in our lives do better by us. We have to use our voices to make these choices clear to the men that we love. Our lives are worth more than their anger and disappointment. And we are more than just baby-making vessels. And if you are a woman who lives in a household of men that don't listen to you or value your opinion, just remember that your vote is a private matter. Regardless of the political views of your partner, you get to choose. You get to use your judgment and cast your vote for yourself and the women in your life. Remember, women, standing up for what is best for us can make the difference in this election. So let us use our voices in these final days to make it plain to the men in our lives that we need to stand not with Trump, but with us. We need them to vote for the only candidate in this race who will protect our lives. We need them to vote for Kamala Harris. Kamala, she will fight to restore our reproductive freedoms and defend our health. Kamala will fight for our access to life-saving emergency care and maternal care in every state. Kamala will veto any abortion ban or bill that restricts access to contraception or IVF. Kamala will expand access to birth control and abortion pills. And she will do all of this not because she's a woman, but because she's a decent human being. She cares about the lives of people other than herself. And that's really what this election is about, Michigan. This isn't just about what we have an obligation to say no to. It's about what we have the opportunity to say yes to. And we can elect someone who has the experience, the character, and the strength to look at all these challenges and still see a brighter day on the other side. Kamala Harris will see us, all of us. Kamala Harris will listen to us, all of us. She will protect our freedom. She'll stand up for all of our lives. She will have our backs for the folks trying to get ahead and those just trying to get by. And in doing so, she will usher in a new generation of American leadership and send the ugliness of Donald Trump and his politics back where it belongs, the past. But Michigan, she cannot do any of this alone. So I'm asking you one last time. Let us not just sit around and complain. Let's do something. If your brother or your son or boyfriend needs to hear your perspective, are you willing to talk to them? Are you willing to send a video of what I've just said?
Ladies and gentlemen, I just had to do a part 2 of this video, and excuse me. here's what I just don't get. Now it's sort of like they start an agenda war that black men will support Donald Trump and black women are going to support Kamala Harris. And I told y'all in my first video, this is basically, but here's my question, and understand about how women's reproductive rights and everything else, but they forgot about us men have health. It's like they think that women only has health issues and men doesn't. They forgot about how men has colon cancer or prostate cancer. We got to go to other countries to get a medicine for them. But again, I'm just really fed up. It's just they just now they're using the former first lady to again get after men. Try to get them in line. Try to tell them we need to vote for Kamala Harris to not let Donald Trump take away our women's rights. They're doing this to try. I told you they're doing a smear tactic, a fear tactic, and then like we heard from Magic Johnson. We heard from her husband Barack Obama, which are probably the reason why she cleaned his situation up. We hear about Jamal Bryant, then Spike Lee, and now the former First Lady Michelle Obama. And again, I told you, they are doing whatever it takes. And Michelle could be the Hail Mary that most men say, don't vote as of yet. Give us a chance, blah, 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 blah. And again, this is remind you of when an ex-girlfriend dump a good man, and when a good man leaves for good, now the ex-girlfriend trying to find out where you are so you can take her back. And this is it's frustrating because now it's like the women has a voice, but men don't have a voice. It's like they don't listen about our issues. But then you allowing the same candidate, Kamala Harris, who basically locked up innocent black men, in while she was Attorney General of California. And don't forget about the black women she locked up under a truancy law, because her daughter, one of the women's daughter got sick because she got sickle cell. She couldn't go to school, but she locked her mother up under a truancy law. But they choose to ignore that. And then all of a sudden now we as men made our decision. We made our choice. We already made our decision. And now all of a sudden you have the former first lady is coming at us too. Man, this is sort of like starting a gender war in this election, right? This is what's going on. It's starting a gender war in this election. Try to put your fingers on men and say, you better go with me and vote for Kamala Harris. And so black men had enough. But you never seen them doing it to white men. You never see it to an Asian man or Hispanic man or any other, color of men. But always a black man need to go do this. Wagging their finger at them. And this is mainly the reason why we as men are frustrated. And I'm telling you right now, they are really pulling all the stops. So the former first lady is in Michigan, one of the battleground states, and then Kamala Harris. Now do y'all want to shame us men? Because we have every right to make our decision. And if a woman really want to stand up for their men, they need to check Kamala Harris and say, wait a minute, if we supported you, you saying that black men don't support you, there's a lot of black women also do not support Kamala Harris either. But then if that were true, why do you allow an innocent black man to be in prison under her watch as Attorney General? Why are you locked up fellow black women under a truancy law because one of her daughters got sick with sickle cell anemia? And then you heard what Kamala Harris is saying about the black men's agenda. And one of them said, well, we're going to legalize marijuana. Like black men want that. That's stereotypical and that is offensive. So this was main the reason why black men had enough. We made our decision. We made our choice. We eat again. If they vote for Donald Trump, that's their right. If they vote for Jill Stein, that's their right. Hell, if they even do Couch 2024, that's also their right. You can't just tell them, oh, and then she talking about, oh, black woman has problems, health problems, has issues. Black man has problems too, with health issues as well. But this is what they trying to do. They want us to shut up, go to the polls, and vote for Kamala Harris. It's like with LeBron James thing, like shut up and dribble. This is the same thing in politics. Shut up, black man. Go with us. Vote. Go to the polls and vote for Kamala Harris. And that right there is offensive. And this is mainly the reason why a lot of men right now are turned off by the DNC, the Democratic Party, because at the end of the day, we already know where they stand. And some black women sees it too. They see that, if a black man don't vote for Kamala, we ain't gonna vote for her either. But they ain't focused on that though. They ain't focused on that. They focusing on men, especially black men, who not refuse to even vote for Kamala, and it's not because of her race. Well, she's not a black woman; she's an Indian, but it's because of her policies. And again, there we go again with this. So let me know what you think about it in the comments.